This is part, this anti-caste rules and regulations that we're talking about. This is for students.
Yeah.
In recent years, we're also seeing a general problem in a lot of central universities, including ours, there's some kind of reluctance, which comes out as some, whatever, technical problem or whatever, that there's a reluctance to fill these reserved posts for faculties. And also non-teaching staff, there's problems in promotions, there's some preference given, preference against reserved category employees and things like that. Is there something that has been done or is being proposed to ensure that now that more and more central universities are coming up, such kinds of backlogs are not created in filling reserved category posts?
Yeah, but before I go to this issue, I would like to say, add something to the earlier question on issues of discriminations and gender issue in the higher education institutions. I would like to mention very specifically that in the higher education system in India, we have not really addressed the issues of diversity, discrimination and gender on the campus. As our education has expanded, we are getting students from rural area, from urban area, from poor, non-poor background, from different state, with the different languages, with a different culture, different religion. And the students from diverse background are now placed at one place. They come with their social identity, and that has a problem. It creates problem in the sense that then the student began to form the group around language, around regions, around caste, around gender issues. Now, diversity bringing division. We have not addressed this issue. Then there is, of course, issue of discrimination and issue of gender. Now, as back as 1995, USA recognized this issue of diversity, racial diversity, ethnic diversity, gender issue on the higher education campus. And they had set up a committee, it's called American University and College Education Committee or something. There they specifically dealt with this issue, that how to deal with diversity, how to deal with discrimination, how to deal with gender issues, and also academically, because they come from a different academic background. So how to support additional academic support program, what we call remedial program. I think this issue, dealing with diversity, discrimination and gender in a systematic manner, which happened in USA since 1995, and each of the university have now diversity program, gender program, minority program. We have not developed substantially on that count. Isolated at each university levels are there, but as a policy matter we have not taken that, and that is very important that we should take it, because much of the problem that you see about gender harassment, about discrimination, about group formation among the students on caste line, ethnicity line, racial line is the outcome of not dealing with diversity, developing the strategies and approaches to deal diversity, discrimination and gender issue. So that is one point I wanted to make very clear. Now coming to the reservation issue, reservation of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and now OBC in the central universities. The reservation provision for the central university, which are now I think 42 in number, is very clear. It's a statutory policy, legal policy, and the instruction for university grant commissions are extremely clear. And the universities are required to follow a roster system and then fill the post accordingly. Now, and the University Grant Commission maintain this record and meticulously monitor this record, recruitment, and send the reminder, and at time attach the release of funding to the filling of this post. Then there are reminder about backlogs, which also come from the Prime Minister's initiative. So there is system and monitoring mechanism which is laid down for the central university to fill the post. The issue is that there are inter-university variations. Some universities have done it better, some universities have done less than what others have done, and as a result some universities are lacking behind, some universities are doing fine. So that is the problem. Inter-university is a question of monitoring. The issue of reluctance is there, but then this has been now streamlined, because since you get the funding separately, you get the position separately, roster system is communicated, so universities are obliged to do it. So that reluctance is now getting minimum. But there are universities, I think Delhi University is registering for the reservation at the professor and associate professor level. There are large number of positions remaining vacant at assistant professor level. So there are universities where the resistance and indirect reluctance is more than others. But I think government and UGC monitor it fairly closely.
Sir, about FYUP and what is its scope for Dalit students?
This 4-year degree program, my feeling on this is the following. My position is that this is not an appropriate decision, in my view. The reason is that the 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, that is matriculation up to 10, higher secondary 11th and 12th, graduate 3-year program, postgraduate 2-year program. This is the uniform standard pattern. In some cases there is a 5-year integrated postgraduate program, 2-year, 3-year bachelor program and 2-year master program. So some in sciences they do have integrated program. So that is the pattern that we have. Now how did this 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 has come? Kotari Commission, which was appointed in 1964-65, studied the entire higher education system and discovered that there is a lot of diversity and differences in the state. Somewhere you have 2-year BA program, somewhere you have 4-year BA program, somewhere you have 3-year BA program. In fact, when I did my undergraduate, I did a 4-year, 3-year bachelor and first year, what is called pre-university. But that I did in college. So pre-university and then 3-year BA. So that is how it became 4-year. There were certain in Maharashtra itself there were school up to 10 year, and then there is junior college for 11th and 12th, and it is still there. And then the graduate for 3 year and postgraduate for 2 years. So there was immense variation across the university and across the state. It is Kotari Commission which brought an uniformity for the purposes of monitoring and coordination, because they thought it will create problem. So 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 is the system which was brought out, which was studied and recommended by Kotari Commission and implemented. But what is important is that this became a national policy based on the 1986 policy. Education policy 1986 and action plan 1992. And 86 policy was approved by the parliament. Now to go singularly and have a 4-year degree program, indirectly suggesting that we are keeping in tune with US, because it's easy to get into the master program there, in my view is not a proper idea. This is a national policy. Delhi University or any other university for that matter has academic freedom, no problem. They should have academic freedom, state should not intervene, UGC should not intervene. UGC doesn't intervene. Even in curriculum, what UGC does is to let down a curriculum framework, and the universities are free to have their degree program, their syllabus. Nobody interfere with the autonomy of the university. But the issues which are of a national importance, which are applicable to all universities in the country, and as a part of a national policy, there the university's autonomy has a limitation. University can recommend and suggest that these changes should be brought, but it is the ministry and the UGC which should take a call. So I have a feeling that you on all national issues, including this 4 year, need to be discussed by the UGC, by the ministry, if there is a change, because it has a lot of implications, lot of consequences. Where will the Delhi University student will find a MA of 1 year then? If they have 4 year of BA, they will have to do 2 year of MA. So there is a loss and there is an element. But my major argument is that this is a national policy which came through the commission, Kotari commission. This is a national issue, it should be discussed nationally.
What implications does this have for reserve categories?
For Dalit, I was told that, it will have an adverse consequences on Dalit. One reason that has been brought to my notice is this, that after they enter into the college, they have to do some compulsory courses for 2 semesters, I think, and which include both mathematics, science and social science courses. Now this is something problematic. What we have done, and again what Kotari Commission and others have done, that look, you give a choice to the student to select the subject as per his capabilities and understanding. Now those issues of choices are settled down at the 10th level and at the 12th, higher secondary, 11th and 12th. If you are not good at mathematics and physics and chemistry, you can select the social science stream and go into 11th and 12th. And then you opt for social sciences or sciences. Based on your own understanding and capacity, we have introduced a flexibility at the school level and higher secondary level to select the subject of your choice. So where you are comfortable. In my case, in fact, I selected social sciences after 8th. So 9th and 10th, I went to social science discipline, not for sciences, because I was not good at sciences. And then I did reasonably well in social sciences. 9th, 10th, 3 year of undergraduate, 2 year of postgraduate. Now here in this university, after you having completed 12th standard in social sciences, you are required to do the subject in sciences, mathematics, physics, I don't know what are those subjects. Now obviously the student will fail. You are again asking them to do it. And so there are allegations that this will lead to the dropout and screening out of scheduled caste, and not only scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, but students from rural areas. You are restricting their choices of selecting the area that they are good in, and which they have selected on the basis of 11th and 12th and 10th. So I think there is a problem. We have to see now what consequences it lead to, but theoretically it seems to me that it is going to affect the students from rural areas, lower middle class, and the Dalit particularly. The point is that you should have a flexible system which allow you to make the choices according to your interests and capabilities, which which the student will do from 10th onward. Now you again ask them to repeat. Take the biology, take the mathematics. I do remember when I did the pre-university examination, when I went to the arts BA, in pre-university I was asked to do one course in geology. And I know how difficult everybody would feel. It won't benefit much. Taking a one geology course doesn't expose me to sciences. So I have a feeling that there are issues and there are problems, which should have been, I think Prime Minister made a very nice statement, in fact, that what is the hurry? Let us discuss this whole issue which are of a national character and which cut across go much beyond the university's autonomy. They are national issue which need to be discussed and time should be given.